What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be our Super Bowl predictions. We have made it all the way to the end of the 2023 season. Crazy to think about, but I would like to address how I completely skipped a conference championship week. My work ethic this year has been pretty bad. I think that goes without saying. With first 10 weeks, I was on a roll, and then it just kind of dropped off from there. There's a lot I would like to change about myself in this next coming year when I do predictions and just I really get this channel going and I figure out kind of like an identity for this channel. As we know, this was like the only thing I posted on this channel was all the predictions, and I probably should have done a little bit more by breaking down these video sizes a little bit less and then making other videos so that I didn't get burnt out from doing the predictions. But that is truthfully what happened. You guys don't deserve that, and I should have never done that. But that is what happened with this conference finals or conference championship week. I think it's just funny because it was 2 games and I still couldn't bring myself to do it. I mean, it's not like I had all the time in the world, but it definitely was my fault to not do it. So I'm very sorry and would like to apologize for the 18th time this season. I promise you, though, next year, I'm going to change a lot about how I do this. And so just look forward to that. But our Super Bowl predictions are on the way. Let me stop wasting y'all time. Let's get into it. The Super Bowl is the one that everybody wanted at the beginning of this season and at the beginning of this postseason, including me and you. Me and you both got our predictions for who would be in the Super Bowl completely wrong. We went 0-2 last week, but it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. You know, I feel like this game's going to be actually pretty good. Obviously, these are two teams that are great. I mean, it's not breaking any news to say that the two, Super Bowl favorites making the Super Bowl is gonna be a good matchup. Everybody's hating on it though, because they're like, oh, these are teams that make it all the time. Anybody could have expected it, because we could have just seen the Lions, who never make it to the Super Bowl. We could have just seen the Ravens, and I don't give a shit, to be honest. I thought we would be seeing them, but I don't like the Ravens, so I could care less. I wanted the Chiefs to win, but when it comes to the 49ers, especially in the way that they just won, that shit was annoying as hell to see. I mean, obviously, as much as I would have liked to see the Lions in the Super Bowl, I still think it's kind of ignorant as to say that this is like the worst season in like recent memory. Like, no, the Super Bowl is probably still going to be really good. I just wanted to give it its credit before we started this. And before Cole probably gets salty about the Lions. So, Cole, how do you feel about this game?
So, now Lamar had his bad moments, but that team looked nothing like it had looked like all season. I don't want to take anything away from the Chiefs because it wasn't, they had their mental mistakes. That defense came to play. And they were holding the Ravens, who've been just doing whatever they wanted on offense, really, to how many points? What was
10.
it, like 12? 10? Exactly. Like, this Chiefs team deserves to go to the Super Bowl. And for the first time in this entire Chiefs dynasty, if that's what you want to call it, it's not because of their offense. That defense is spectacular with their lockdown corners and their great rushing defense. This team could around and be the new Patriots. The game that made me want to kill myself. And on one hand, I feel bad blaming Dan Campbell. He's done an amazing job as a head coach. Before this man even played a singular game, the Lions were already getting flamed for hiring. He's shown progress every single year. I think it was 4 wins, then it was 9 wins, and then they just had 12 wins, some shit like that.
Yeah.
And this man took this team to the NFC Championship. And if you look at this roster, it's completely young. That should be something they're so excited for with this future. He sold that shit so bad, but you can't get mad at him. All he did was just do the same stuff that worked for him all season. Yes, he should have just kicked his 2 field goals and they would have won. Or hell, he should have just kicked that last field goal and went to overtime. But he went for it. But he went for it all year, and you can't get mad at him for that. Now, with that being said, the Niners end up winning, and the worst of those 2 teams won that game. I think if you put the Lions in this Super Bowl instead of the Niners, it's going to be a much closer game. Instead, it is Chiefs versus Niners. The quote-unquote Avengers with the San Francisco 49ers led by Brock Purdy. You have Kittle, you have Debo, you have CMC, you have Ayuk. You have that elite offensive line. Defense, you have Nick Bosa, Chase Young.
You have the super team going against Pat Mahomes, who is the second coming of Tom Brady, is what you were basically
You
getting
have the
at.
super team with arguably the best head coach in all of football right now. It is hard to pick against them. But if you have watched them during this Super Bowl run, they have been favored in every single game so far this season, including this one. But really, I don't give a f. I don't. They have played, and I don't want to say terrible, because it is against all really good teams, but they have not played like how this team should have played all playoffs. And I hope they win. I really do. Will I be rooting for the 49ers all Sunday? Yes, without a doubt. I can't wait. I want to see CMC lift that trophy, and that alone would make me happy. But I don't think they'll be able to do it purely because that man is the entire team. And the Chiefs' run defense has been crazy. It has been crazy all season, leading them to be what I believe is the number one defense in the entire NFL. It's between them and like the Ravens and the Browns. Those are the top three. And honestly, with that offense of the Avengers, I think they'll get in Purdy's face enough to where Purdy will, once again, they'll have to go to the give CMC the ball like they did versus the Lions. And that's when they started coming back, is when they just gave CMC the ball. But this run defense has been so nice all season, and their corners have been locked down all season. Where I don't think you're going to get those big-ass Brandon Ayuk wide open for an 80-yard touchdown plays to come and bail you out like you did versus the Lions. I'm picking them this game to win in the Super Bowl, to upset the Avengers of the 49ers, and to build the next great dynasty the NFL has ever seen.
He did most of the narrative, so I'm not going to spend much time on it. We saw the 49ers all playoffs win games that I feel like they shouldn't have won from how they played. But it seems like every goddamn team they faced decided after the first half they don't want to play football anymore. I saw it with the Packers, and I thought the Packers had a real good chance, the best chance at beating them, but they soiled it. And then you have the Lions, you see them go up damn near 3 touchdowns, and they still let them come back. And you see, I don't think the 49ers have ever been the better team. When they faced the Packers, they didn't play as good as the Packers and still won. And then they faced the Lions, and I cannot even begin to believe how the Lions completely blew that game. It's genuinely unbelievable. So the 49ers are the Avengers, as this man is saying, but they have looked terrible in the playoffs, except for in the second half, where they seem to have great poise in coming back. I'll say that, which is something that I haven't seen from to be honest, I hadn't seen that from the Lions prior. When the Lions got blew out early or whatever, they hadn't been able to come back. The 49ers show that heart, which I think is impressive. But just it does really hurt my brain how they managed to get to the Super Bowl playing this way in the playoffs. But then you had the Chiefs, who were pretty much counted out from the get-go. Obviously had the most controversies we've seen in this Chiefs dynasty era, with their receivers being absolutely ass. They just benched, Kadarius Toney essentially by saying that he was injured, but he really wasn't. And to be honest, they were a better team without him. So I think we all know why. But it's just been the craziest season for the Chiefs, and yet they still are here. And you're going to get tired of seeing them over the next decade. It's just going to be that way. As long as Pat Mahomes is on that team, I think all of us know the Chiefs are the team to beat in the AFC, and they will stay that way. And I think that in the Super Bowl, with the way that the 49ers have played this entire postseason, I think they have shown general weakness. If the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are the last hope and to stop them, and I think that they'll actually do it, because I think their defense is the best one that the 49ers have faced so far. The Packers had a good defense, I'll say that. But I think the Chiefs' defense is going to be the pivotal role here, as if the 49ers get down early, which is very possible, as we've seen, I don't think they'll be able to pull out the magic bullshit out of their ass this time to be able to win this one. I think it'll be just like the one that we saw, I think 4 years ago, when we seen them face before, but I think Pat Mahomes will do it again to the 49ers and crush every single one of their souls and beat them again. And honestly, I'm rooting for it, because I don't really like the 49ers. I think that they have gotten here, and I don't think they really deserve to. I would have really much rather seen the Lions, but I think they're going to lose to the Chiefs here. because I think that if the 49ers play like they've played all postseason, they're not going to be able to get away with it against the Chiefs. So give me the Chiefs. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for making it to the end of this season with us. I said I was going to make more content after this season. That is still true. I don't know how often I'm going to be posting. I know I'm going to at least try to do like once a week. Like that's kind of like how this channel was going, except I separated like Thursday night from regular predictions, but it was basically weekly uploads. I'm going to try and keep it like that. As you guys know, I run another channel. It's the Repellix channel that I do other games on, so if you guys want to see more of me, go to that channel. But that's where I'm going to be putting a lot of attention into. But I like sports. I love sports. I've always had a passion for it, so you're probably going to see 2K content too. But anyway, I will continue on this channel. This isn't going anywhere, but the predictions have ended for this year. Thank you guys for the journey. I appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would help me out so much beyond what you could even think of. Just that one number going up, but it's not a number, not to me anyway. Love you all. See you all in the next season. Peace out.